My name is Janice Smithers, and I am an emotion code practitioner. I'm one of the emotion code divas, and I have been certified through Dr. Bradley Nelson. You can buy his book. You can find all about case studies in here, how he does his muscle testing, and what the emotion code chart is all about. So today I'm going to be working on Janice's dog, Magic. And I'm going to go through an entire emotion code session, and I'll just explain how this works, since the first thing that I need to do with anyone is ask permission. So in this case, I can't really get Magic's permission. If I was doing Reiki, I would probably tap into Magic a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that Magic is okay with this. He seems comfortable. He's not angst at all or stressed. And look at Janice, she's just pretty comfortable there as well. So she's given me permission to work on this dog. So how long have you had Magic now then?
I've had him since he was 2 months old exactly. And I knew he would be ours a month prior, so I was already kind of, preparing myself emotionally for Magic. And so I guess we've had him for about 8-9 months now.
Yeah, okay, about 11 months now. Okay, and so another key area that we need to look at when we're doing the emotion code is becoming the animal's proxy. So in this case, Janice is actually going to be the surrogate, so I'm going to be asking her questions and going through things, but because we're doing this, we're not in the same room, I'm going to become the proxy, and we're going to work together, Janice and Magic and I, and just find out what's going on, why he feels a little bit abandoned or maybe a little bit lost. So the other question that we have to ask is find out the severity of it. So consciously, you think it's about a 10?
Yes. I think so for missing other puppies.
Okay.
My opinion as an intuitive is that he misses his puppy pile. He had a very happy puppy childhood, and then in the space of one day, they were all separated.
How many pups were there, Janice?
There were 9.
9, okay.
Yeah, so it was a big family, and I've seen videos of them playing.
Yeah.
And they had lovely life.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll check into that and see if we can't get a more embracing this life with you and, going out and the things that you're going to do. So the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to do what's called muscle testing. And because I'm not there and I'm the proxy, how I do my muscle testing to get a yes or no answer of which emotion is trapped, I put my index and thumb together and my middle and likes that bone and my middle and index finger here. That gives me a yes if it's that emotion, and that's a no. So a yes and a no. So I will also, when I'm asking those questions, what I'm looking for are the trapped emotions. So this is Dr. Brad's emotion code chart, and there are 60 emotions on this chart. They're in either column A or column B. I'm going to find out that, and then they're also in an even or an odd row. And so once I find out, let's say it's B1, then what I'm going to do is look at those 5 emotions in that area, and I'm going to go through each one and see which one it is that I have to release. The way that I release it is by using a magnet. So what I'm going to do, working with Chinese medicine and the governing meridian with energy centers, I'm going to take the magnet on the top of my lip and I'm just going to demagnetize it by doing 3 swipes over my head from the governing meridian to my back. If I had Magic here in front of me, I would be doing this from basically from Magic's top of his head down to his spine, and I would do that 3 times if I was working directly with the dog. Another thing that's important, Janice just went and got some water, and I'm getting some water.
And we gave water to the dog, too.
And we gave some water to the dog. So it's always important to be very hydrated. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the session. And as I said, I'll be the proxy. So I'll just check in and make sure that my subconscious is connected and that I can ask the questions. And then Janice, you'll be the surrogate for the dog. So I'm going to go ahead. So are there any trapped emotions that are The question, so you always want to make the question so that it only has a yes or no answer. So are there any trapped emotions that are causing Magic to still miss the other puppies? So I'm getting a yes for that. So still there are trapped emotions where he's missing the puppies. So then I'm just going to go through the chart and I'm going to say, all right, are the trapped emotions? Oh, so beautiful. Such incredible markings.
Yes, he's a bi-blue sheltie. It's a very special type of dog.
Just beautiful Magic. All right, so let's see what the trapped emotions are. All right, so I'm going to ask, are they in column A? No, B. Column B, are they even? Go even. Then I'm going to ask, are they in 2, 4, 6? 6. So I've got 6. And the trapped emotions that come up are pride, shame, shock, unworthy, or worthless. And even though an emotion may not seem to make sense, I never question it. It's whatever, because the truth lies in the subconscious, and that's where we're going. So let's just see what's trapped there for him. So still missing the puppies? What trapped emotions are blocking you from just letting go of missing the puppies? Is it pride, shame, shock? Shock, shock.
That's what I suspected.
So that little Magic got quite a shock.
Good.
When yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to release it. So I'm going to ask the question, does this trapped emotion of shock belong to Magic? Yes. It could be inherited from the mother or the father, or even down the line of the parentage. So is it inherited? Is it inherited? So it's a no. So it's his. So I'm just going to say, can I release this trapped emotion of shock? Yes. Now I'll ask the other question, do I need to know more? So do I need to know more? That's a no. I don't need to know any more. Sometimes I do. If I do, then I'll work with the age. But in this case, I'm just going to release that from you, Magic. Just going to release that from you, beautiful. All right, so I've released that. Are there other trapped emotions that are causing Magic to still miss the whole puppy scene? Yes. Are they in A? No, they're B. They're even. Oh, they're odd. They're 1, they're 3, they're 5. 1, 1. Oh, 1 and 2. Oh, so a little bit of heartache. A little bit of heartache. Yeah. Yeah, I felt that one a little bit. A little bit of heartache. Oh, honey. All right. Heartache. All right. Does this belong to me, Magic? Yes. Can I release it? Yes. Do I need to know more? I don't need to know any more. Just going to go ahead and release that for Magic. Just releasing that for Magic. Did I release it? Yes. All right. Are there others that I can release? Yes. A? No. B. Even? Even? 6. Back to 6. Okay, 6. Trapped emotion of pride. So when it's a trapped emotion of pride, this is the negative sense, maybe being too proud to. Let's just see if I need to know any more. This trapped emotion of pride, does this belong to me? Okay, so it's saying it doesn't belong to Magic. So it's inherited. So let's find out, was it inherited on the female side? No, the male side. So the male side. So something with the male having this feeling of being too proud about something, too proud to do something, which is beneath him or something like that. Sorry?
His parents were show dogs.
Ah.
So there may be something in there about that.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So
some
just
have won things.
Yeah. All right. So this is on the male side, and then I'm just going to ask, is it his direct mail? Yeah, direct mail. Okay. All right. Is there anything else I need to know? No. So when it's inherited, we do 10 swipes. Just it's a little bit deeper. So we'll just release that trapped emotion of pride. So when we're releasing it from Magic, we're also releasing it from the male sire of this dog. Yeah. Is he still alive? Do you know?
Yes, I believe so. In fact, I think he's been a daddy again this year. I'll send a link of this video to the breeder. She'll take real interest in it. Maybe she'll hire you to do more of her dogs.
Well, on a logical perspective, Janice, think of it. They're with these puppies. Like I work at the SPCA, just volunteering, dog walking, and I do some Reiki. And we just had 9 puppies in. Wow. So 3, 3, and 3. So 2 different litters, but these guys have been together, and we've got some kittens as well. My sister and I are picking up a kitten that's been fostered. So they've all been together. And, they kind of know that they fall over on each other. They love each other. And, they have that wolf mentality, right? So they look for a leader in a human. But in their pack, I mean, especially when they're puppies, right? They're just loving on each other. So it just makes sense that, of course, there's some angst with that. And I find that emotion code and Reiki are actually a good thing to do with dogs when they are separated, because a lot of them have very serious anxiety issues, and they don't, because they can't understand logically, hey, what's going on? And in your case, you've just got the one dog and you've got your beautiful bird as well, but they're not, I mean, they might talk to each other. I won't say that they don't, but yeah.
It's not the same as another puppy.
Not at all. Yeah.
I think the door is open for us to have another puppy, and we'd like to do it, but we don't want to do it right away. We feel we want to work with Magic and have time with Magic first.
Absolutely, unless you bring them together, because now think of what this dog is actually having to understand in the home, the rules, what's its role, where does it fit in the new family, right? And then it hasn't had enough time unless you brought, those both in together. So once it feels more secure, so let's just go on and see what other trapped emotions we've got there then. Are there any other trapped emotions we can release at this time that will release some of these feelings and emotions of missing the other puppies? All right, they're even. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 4, and 1. So I've got, is it anger? Is it bitterness? Is it guilt, hatred, resentment? So interesting enough, it did go to anger. And again, I don't know what anger is like in a dog. It doesn't necessarily have to be aggressive. It just could be angry at something that happened. And until these emotions get released, then they can get triggered again, right? So that's the whole point of, just gently releasing them. Does this belong to me, Magic? Yes. Can I release it? Yes. Okay. Do I need to know more? No, I don't. Whoops. Do I need to know more? No, I don't. So I'll just go ahead and release it. Releasing the trapped emotion of anger. All right. Are there other trapped emotions I can release at this time? Yes. They're an A. No, they're B. They're even. They're odd. They're odd. They're 1, they're 3, they're 5. 3. So I've got confusion, defensiveness, grief, self-abuse, stubbornness. So the first one that comes up for him is confusion. So a little bit of confusion. It's kind of like, hey, what happened? A little bit of confusion. Does this belong to me, Magic? Yes. Can I release it? Yes. Do I need to know more? I don't need to know anymore. Let's get rid of that, Magic. It's a good tactic for sometimes people just put their dog on their lap and they'll sit there, but this is good. You look very relaxed. And also too, I'll just mention with animals, whether it's Reiki or emotion code, animals will always pick up on whatever, often illness or stresses their guardians or owners are experiencing. So if an owner is very depressed, often the dog will pick that up as well, because what the dog thinks it's doing is, if I take it, it's like a kid, right? If I take away this burden, then they're going to feel better. And it doesn't work that way. So often animals will take on even serious illnesses that their owners or guardians have as well. So we just want to be mindful of that too. The happier you are, the happier your animal is going to be as well. Okay, let's see what else is there. All right, I'm not sure if I released it, so I'll just go ahead and release it. Confusion. All right. Other trapped emotions here that I can release that will allow me to just embrace this new living situation that I have with Janice and her husband and Spike. Is that Spike?
Sprite.
Sprite and Sprite. All right, in this home that we're sharing together. Yes, there's more. Again. Oh, no, there's even more. 5 and 2. So creative insecurity. And creative insecurity in this case could just be that it's not really too sure what to do. Like, do I play with you, or what kind of things do we do together? It's a little bit uncertain about that. And you'll teach it, right? because, it had a routine for 2 months and that was mostly play. So now it's like, okay, well, what do we do now, right? A little bit of creative insecurity. And it might seem a little bit woo to someone, but as I say, I always, whatever comes up is what I go with because I'm not trying to assume it's anything because I have
It
no
actually
idea.
makes complete sense to me. Everything that you've said has been completely valid.
All right, Lisa. All right. Are there any other trapped emotions that I can release at this time? So I'm getting a no on that. Some of it is just because of this timing of this issue that we're doing right now. But I'm just going to go ahead and check in and see where the 10 is. Magic.
Magic?
Magic. 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 No, he's looking at the bone. No, he's looking at the bone. That's okay. Yeah, beautiful dog. Oh, that's okay.
All right, sweetie.
Oh, what a good boy. All right, so we're at a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so for those emotions, those are gone.
Oh,
So that
good.
should give Magic some release and, he will just adjust better. I mean, he doesn't seem that stressed. He's loving you for sure. He can
Oh,
feel the
yes.
love and you two have a good connection. So that's important. And, you always just have to look into their eyes because they trust us with everything, right?
They do. They do. His eyes actually remind me of a killer whale's because he has all the color around them, and they're sometimes kind of hard to see. My other dog's eyes were much more clear, but he has very soft and gentle eyes. So
And
he's
so,
looking at you now.
yeah. And Janice, how long ago did you lose or did your other dog pass
I
away?
lost Cadfile. It was quite traumatic. I lost him 3.5 months before we bought Magic home. So it was much sooner than I thought it would be. But my husband began to have heart trouble with his arrhythmia that picked up. And uh, I actually can't even tell you why it happened. It was a very law of attraction thing. We were online to get a puppy in the fall from another breeder. And then they said, we don't think our dog is pregnant. And I checked online and I found him. And I'd always wanted a Bi Blue. And it was like sort of miraculous. And I wanted him because of his face. His
Yeah.
face just
Well,
worked
it's so
for me.
expressive, right? I mean, so many
Yeah,
things going on there. Yeah. So just my sense when you said that is you've still got some grieving.
I do. I do. Even though I know that my CAD file, because I can feel him, he told me recently that he bought me and Magic together. He was a component in that, and I believe that.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a very traumatic event for me when I basically he died in my arms, and then he came back to life because I started sobbing so hard. He had pneumonia. I didn't know this, and I took him to the vet, and then it was a very not a great way of having to
So
do
I
it.
can definitely sense that right in the heart there that
Yeah.
there's
It was
yeah.
pretty horrible actually because they just wanted to close their clinic and they didn't want to, be there for me and Cadfile.
Yeah.
So it was
So we'll
really,
have to, yeah, we'll, if you want, we could definitely do some work on that and then
sure.
just let that go and, then the forgiveness comes in and maybe some of that, there is something in emotion code called the heart wall. And it could be very well that while you're giving yourself to Magic,
Yes.
there's a little bit there that's still, CAD files got that, and that's going to
Yes.
stay that way for a
Yes,
while.
I
So
would
yeah,
agree. I would agree. My husband warmed up to him faster,
yeah.
which surprised me because I knew I was so in need of him, but I found myself at first unable to.
When you hold them in your arms, as I've done with saying goodbye to cats of mine, never leaves you. That feeling, it just never leaves you. All right then. Well, that's our session, and I'm
Okay.
back to. I don't want to be Magic. Although they think I was pretty funny at the SPCA coming in. All right. Okay, good. All right. So I'm back not being your proxy any longer. So that's just wonderful. Yeah. So keep me posted.
I
Let me
will.
know how Magic is doing and just say bye for now, Magic. Bye, honey. Bye, Janice.
Bye.